So Tomonagi's is a good throw for us to be thinking about our rolls. So Lyndon's going to make the grip. He's going to throw Jackson. Jackson's going to make a nice roll. All right, not bad. Almost into a back fall. Not bad. All right, good job. Let's see. And Jackson, demonstrate. You can use Lyndon. Demonstrate a shoulder throw or a hip throw, and we'll see the side fall. Whichever one you want. And that's why we need the side fall. Make sense? All right, pretty cool. Let's see. Lyndon, how about demonstrate double leg? All right? All right, there's a good back fall, for example. Okay? Can you guys see why we need these particular rolls and falls? Pretty important. All right, good. Thank you so much. Everybody go grab a partner. There's a lot of ways that you can enter and a lot of different positions that you can make these throws. The great thing about learning how to throw is that if you make the proper throw, particularly in a self-defense scenario where there's no pads, you're outside on the street or in the grass, you can finish the fight with the throw. That's a beautiful thing. If you don't finish the fight with the throw, then you are going to be in a position to immediately move into submission or position to hold down and then gain submission, okay? So again, shoulder throw. This is a pulling hand, all right? I want everyone to think about when I grab this hand, I'm going to try to pull this out of the socket if I can. That's kind of hyperbole, a little exaggeration. I'm going to go in, I'm going to make this move, and then this hand is going to pull hard, and then I'm going to be looking at my watch. Once I'm in this position, it's pretty good. All right? So I'm going to be here, move in, and then make my shoulder throw. Pretty cool?
Yes, sir.
All right. Option number 2. Let's say that my hand's already here on his uniform, and I don't really want to go to this position. You can make two-hand shoulder throw. Very similar. This hand goes here, this goes underneath his armpit. That's the big difference. I was here the first time. The second time, I'm in this position. Remember, this still pulls. I got to pull him onto my body, right? So I move here, and there's two-hand shoulder throw. Cool?
Cool.
Let's say, for example, I want to do something slightly different. I can grab a hold of his sleeve. He's still holding on to me. I grab his sleeve. If I can get this hand into the high position, I can make shoulder throw this way. Now he has no arm to fall with. Do you notice that it's always the same entry? Without hands, it's just this. Okay? I move in, I get low, and I start pushing forward like I'm going to dive into a swimming pool. So, if we decide to go into hip throw, I start with a belt grip. Okay? So we start here with a traditional grip. I drive my head into him, pull this in, step to the outside, and I grab his belt. This gives me access to his legs if I want to do reach. But I'm going to step here, just like last time, lift, turn, and pull. Hip throw, very similar. Questions on any of those? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Change partners, find somebody new. Play with it, change the grip. See if you can make a different shoulder throw, a head and arm throw, if you want to do another hip throw. Even a reaping hip throw. It's up to you. Go. Help us.
Yes, sir.
Joel, get on top.
Sir.
Brent is going to shrimp from the guard. Now again, why is this shrimp to the guard? Why is this so important? The bottom line is this is pretty much the worst place you're going to find yourself. Maybe on the back is just as bad. But the bottom line is Joel can punch from here. Brent doesn't really want that to happen. He can also go for an arm bar here. Right? Brent doesn't want that to happen. You can also choke from here. All right? So, really, Brent has one good option, and that's to not be in this position. If Brent decided to punch Joel in the belly, it's not going to do a whole lot of damage, right? He can't arm bar him or choke him from this position, at least not within reason, in my opinion. Some people would argue otherwise. I'm telling you, this is very difficult to do. So, Brent's going to make his escape. He's going to make a grip. He's going to pull Joel forward, trying to drive his head into the mat. Joel has to use his hands to keep from busting his head. He's going to attack, in this case the leg, and shrimp to the side, and it moves him to the guard. Now, from the guard position, go ahead and get back to the guard. Now, Brent can make the choke if he wants. Without breaking guard, he can go in for a lapel choke, right? He can also go for an arm lock. All right, he can grab the arm, he can pivot, and now he gets the arm bar. By the way, Brent can use his legs pulling close and throw an elbow or hit him with a punch, right? All of those are now available because his legs are free. That's why this move is so important. All right, reset. All right. Brent, demonstrate basic shrimping technique on your own when you're ready. All right, so you might notice how he got to one side, scooted his butt out, got his one leg free. Any questions on that move? All right, let's go with our partner. We're going to practice that a couple times. If you're new at this, please get close enough that you can see. Linda's going to be in the top position. All right. When his weight is in this position, it's harder for me to move his legs. Does that make sense? So I want to pull him forward. Now, his weight is now in his arms, so he's a lot lighter in the hips. That makes shrimping a whole lot easier. Okay, I shove hard, I get this leg out, right? He's trying to stay on top, obviously. I shove to the other side, and I make guard position. All right? Pretty simple. All right. Bridge high. You can also trap the arm if you like. Trap the foot. Then we're going to bridge again. Remember we did bridging exercise in the beginning? I lift up high, and I roll to the top. That's option number 2. If you like the shrimp, but then you feel like you can't really get this leg to move, bridge, get to your side. I'm going to entangle this leg. Now watch. All I got to do is turn my hips and that knee comes off the ground like magic. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Put all your weight on there. Don't let me do it. Right? It's not very difficult because I've got power in my core. Then I slip this side and I slip that side. And that is a leg-assisted shrimping technique.
Yes, sir.
Pretty cool?
Yes, sir.
All right. So again, he's up high. I probably want to pull him down. All right. Second thing to think about is if he's up high, he can punch me. Once I pull him down and his hands are on the ground, I can then do something else. In this case, I'm going to grab his thighs and I'm going to make a quick grip. You can do gable grip if you want. Then I'm going to have to bridge. I want to torque his hips. He's going to try to resist with his arms, but if I'm low enough and I bridge and I throw him forward this way, I should be able to barrel roll him over. But I have to be low to do that. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. Where's Josh? The littler guys should be doing this one very often. You get him forward, hands in the armpits, shove him, right? Now I got to be doing this move to get to my back, and I push with my feet. And it gives me a chance to move out and into a leg position. I could be going for a toe hold. I could be going for a calf crush. I could be going for a heel hook. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So you can go out the back door as well. Questions on any of those particular moves? Why do you think we have so many moves to get out of the mount? Because the mount sucks. All right, the mount just sucks. All right. We got time to work on one arm bar and one choke. Just we're trying to expose some of the newer folks to some of these. Let's see. Joey, grab a partner and demonstrate arm bar. Yes. The key piece is we must immobilize so that he can't easily escape. So Joel lifts him up, pins with his legs. See how his legs is kind of squeezing him there on his side? Hard to bridge, though not impossible. Pins the arm, pushes the face away, puts his leg where the hand was, sits back, squeezes with the legs, makes sure the thumb is in the up position, and then makes the arm bar by lifting the hips. Okay? Once again. All right. Spin around 180 degrees for me. All right. Left side. Grab the other side. Secure the arm, secure the shoulder, pull him up, pin. Right? Control the arm, press the face, step over. Right? And then arch the butt to make arm bar. Good partner. Work. So let's hit the points. I use my magic and I've thrown him into the ground. I've landed into the mount, which is pretty great. Okay? I'm controlling him. He can feel I'm not just sitting here. I'm controlling him with my legs. I'm up high on the shoulders. That gives me opportunity to make this attack on the arm. All right? Now I could hit him. His hands will probably come up to push me away. He doesn't like that. He'll start defending. That gives me the arm. I grab the sleeve with the cross side. I grab the shoulder and I lift him up. By the way, now I can still strike him if I want to. In self-defense, I can grab that eye and I can rake the eye out, which is pretty nasty. That's just self-defense, not for something we do in the class, something to think about. But I'm pinning this. I'm holding him. I push the face away, and where my hand is where my foot goes. I sit. Now look, I lift him off the ground. It's so tight. Then I pull everything here, and as I arch my hips, he should tap. Okay? Now, if there's a lot of space, this doesn't work as good. Does that make sense? So, we want to be here. See how his shoulder is deep in between my legs, and I'm squeezing him here? When I sit back, he should lift. Watch. That's tight. Now watch what happens if I'm not tight. I rock back, and nothing happens. Which gives him an opportunity to roll downhill and escape. He rolls downhill, right? And then he moves to the top position. And then he gets to do whatever he wants to be, including punching me or going for his armbar. Does that make sense?
Sir.
Questions on the armbar? You need to have those points, those milestones, those markers. Tight up in the mount, high up in the shoulders. Grab, right? When I lift him up, the leg on the chest side comes to this position. I step over and I sit back. Make sense?
Sure.
All right. We didn't get to go into defense against arm locks and chokes. We didn't get to finish chokes. Just ran out of time. Come back on Friday. We'll do some more. Everybody on the wall. We must fight. Thank you. Push. Get his knees close to his face. Push his knees to his face. Push your weight. There you go. Now pull that arm out. Nicely done. Breathe, Spencer. Get low. All right, Michael. Red card, ready, Frank. Go.
breathing. Breathe. Down in for that single leg, Matt. Where you try. There you go, stay on it. Nice. Good work, good work. Oh, good one. Good job. Good job. Nice work. I didn't see you. Good job getting down and getting that. I think you just did like this. Oh, nice takedown. Oh, there you go.